For 5 years, nothing happens. No progress, no results, no applause. The soil is silent. Watered every day, watched, hoped for. But there's no visible change. And just when you're about to give up, in the 6th year, it rises 27 meters in 6 weeks. Here's the problem. Most people never make it to year 5. Miyamoto Musashi once wrote, "Study nature, not people, because nature doesn't lie." Nature teaches this. Patience is stronger than motivation. Roots matter more than the trunk. And invisible work is more valuable than visible performance. Now, one question for you. What year are you in right now? Are you still building roots? Or are you angry that you haven't grown 27 meters yet? This isn't a war story. This is the story of how patience defeats motivation. And maybe today, for the first time, you'll see what's growing beneath your own soil. Kyoto, 1638. Spring. Kenji was 22 years old, and he thought he was already ready. He was the youngest, most ambitious student in the dojo. He woke up at 4 a.m. every morning and trained with the sword until darkness fell. His master called him Fire Spirit, but fire is not patience. One evening, he asked, "Sensei, I've been here for 3 years. When will I be ready?" Yamada-sensei sipped his tea. After a long silence, he spoke, "You're still thinking about the result. You want the fruit, but you're not looking at the root. Isn't 3 years enough? Bamboo waits 5 years. You got tired after 3. When the wind stops, you'll stop too." That night, Kenji couldn't sleep. 3 years of discipline. 3 years of repetition. But only one question burned inside. Am I fast enough? Motivation makes you feel powerful, but it's not sustainable. One morning, sitting in meditation, his mind was screaming, "Why am I still in the same place?" That day, he quit training halfway through, for the first time in 3 years. A week later, he was drinking sake in the streets of Kyoto. An old dojo friend next to him laughed. "This discipline nonsense is a waste of time. You're just a repeating machine." Kenji stayed silent, and for the first time, those words felt true. Within a month, everything collapsed. No meditation, no sword, but worst of all, no self-respect. One night, he collapsed in a back alley in the rain. Maybe I was never a warrior. In the morning, he heard a voice, "Get up." A white-haired man with deep eyes, holding a bamboo cane. "I'm Takeshi." "And you're lying in my bamboo garden?" Kenji looked around. Hundreds of bamboo stalks. Takeshi touched one. For 5 years, nothing happened. Then, in 6 weeks, it grew 27 meters. Kenji stayed silent. "Now tell me, did this bamboo do nothing for 5 years? Or did you just ignore it because you couldn't see it?" Silence. For 5 years, it grew roots, underground, invisible, silent, no roots, no trunk. Takeshi turned. "Come tomorrow morning. I'll teach you how to grow roots, but I warn you, it might take 5 years. Something stirred inside Kenji. This wasn't motivation. This was curiosity. "I'm ready." The next morning, 4 a.m., Kenji came. Takeshi was waiting in the garden, 2 buckets in hand. "You're late. 4 brun, not 4 brun." There are 47 bamboo plants, 3 ladles each. No more, no less. "That's it?" Takeshi looked at him. You're still waiting for a big moment. But greatness is hidden in the ordinary. Kenji watered for 2 hours. For 2 hours, hands burned, back ached, mind got bored. Tomorrow again. But aren't you going to teach me something? I am. You just don't see it yet. On the 7th day, Kenji was about to explode. I didn't come here to be a gardener. Takeshi approached. You want to be a warrior, but you despise patience. Miyamoto Musashi wrote, life itself is the teacher. You want to change in a week? Bamboo waits 5 years. Takeshi struck his cane on the ground. Repetition. Repetition. Boring. Unglamorous. Invisible repetition. That's how roots grow. Days passed. One morning, Kenji noticed he wasn't thinking while watering anymore. He was just doing it. Bucket, water, soil, repeat. And for the first time, he saw this. Growth isn't going up. Growth is deepening, invisibly. 3 months later, Takeshi called him over. You've seen no results. But are you the same person who first came here? Kenji stayed silent. He wasn't rushing anymore. He wasn't comparing anymore. He wasn't waiting anymore. I don't think about the outcome anymore, he said. Takeshi nodded. This is where the root begins. When you let go of the outcome, the process transforms you. Then he added, the mind is a slave to repetition. Whatever you repeat, you strengthen. For 3 years, you repeated anxiety. Anxiety got stronger. For the last 3 months, you've been repeating the process. Now patience is getting stronger. Motivation comes. Patience stays. And when the small days accumulate, the 6th year arrives suddenly. 6 months later, Kenji was now like part of the garden. One day, Takeshi asked, why are you still here? Kenji thought, because I'm not trying to get somewhere anymore. I'm just here. Takeshi nodded. That's the transformation. You're not staying to get something. You're staying to be something. Miyamoto Musashi called this Mushin, action without force, progress without chasing a goal. In the 9th month, news arrived. Yamada-sensei was sick. Kenji returned to Kyoto. Yamada had grown thin, but his eyes were calm. Tell me, Kenji told him. His collapse, the garden, the repetition. Yamada smiled. 3 years ago, I told you about the bamboo, but you didn't hear it. Now you understand. What am I ready for? Yourself. Being a warrior isn't a title. It's a state of being. Now you work even when no one sees you. That's power. 1 year passed. Nothing had changed on the outside, but inside, there was no storm anymore. One morning, Takeshi took him to a special bamboo, nearly 30 meters tall. For 5 years, no one saw it. Then one morning, it exploded. Kenji looked at it. He wasn't impressed anymore, because he understood. The rise takes 1 day. The preparation takes years. In the 18th month, Hiroshi came. He was defeated. I became famous. Then I lost. Everything's gone. Kenji just said this. The wind uproots shallow roots. Hiroshi went silent. 2 years later, Kenji was now quiet but unshakable. Takeshi took him to the old dojo. The building was empty. Things built on motivation collapse. Things built on roots remain. Takeshi turned. Are you ready? For what? To build your own garden. Kenji hesitated. I'm not a master. Takeshi smiled. That's exactly why you're ready. 5 years later, Kenji's dojo opened. No show, no tournaments, just repetition. And on the first day, everyone did the same thing. Water bamboo. One day, a young man came. How long will it take? 5 years. What if I work twice as hard? 10 years. The young man was shocked. Kenji pointed to the garden. Bamboo can't be rushed. Neither can you. What will I do for 5 years? Kenji handed him a bucket. Repeat. At the end of his life, Miyamoto Musashi wrote, "Study nature, not people. Because nature doesn't lie. People rush. Nature doesn't. People want applause. Nature wants roots. People chase results. Nature repeats the process. Bamboo whispers the same thing to you every day, but most people can't hear it. Before you rise, you must go down. Before you're seen, you must prepare. Before you're applauded, you must be alone. Now be honest. Does staying underground hurt? Does working when no one's watching feel heavy? Does it eat at you when others rise fast while you think you're still in the same place? This is exactly where the roots form, because most people give up at the end of year 5. They stop digging the soil. They stop watering, and then they say, "It didn't work." But it wasn't that it didn't work. It was working. You just couldn't see it. Social media tells you every day, be fast, do more, produce more, win sooner. But nature speaks differently. Go deep, repeat, stay silent, wait, and the real question is, which one will you choose? Because chasing results is exhausting. Growing roots is calming. A result-focused mind calculates every day. What's next? When? Why not yet? A root-focused mind just says, I have bamboo to water today, and these small todays accumulate invisibly, silently, just like what you're doing right now. Maybe in a project, maybe in a job, maybe in a relationship, maybe in your body, maybe in your mind, maybe right now. No one notices you. Maybe no one's applauding. Maybe no one's saying, look how far you've come. But roots don't grow with applause. They grow with repetition. And repetition is boring. Those who can sustain boring things see the 6th year. Now I'm asking again, what year are you in right now? Are you in year 1 and impatient? Are you in year 3 and tired? Are you in year 5 and about to quit? If so, you're watching this video at exactly the right time, because maybe the 6th year is closer than you think. But that year only comes with one condition. If you keep growing roots, stop looking up, learn to go down, because real power is hidden in the invisible. You need to understand this. Bamboo doesn't grow in the 6th year. It grows for 5 years. You just can't see it. The same is true for you. Success explodes in one day, but character is built over years. And most people want the explosion, but they can't tolerate the construction. That's why those who rise fast fall fast. Those with shallow roots fall at the first wind. But you can be different. If today you stop chasing the result, if today you just stay loyal to the process, if today you work, even when no one sees, then when the 6th year comes, no one can stop you. But here's the thing. When the 6th year comes, you won't need it anymore. Because you won't be working to rise. You'll be working to be. That's real freedom. Not getting caught up in others' speed, not being addicted to others' applause, not living according to others' timeline, just growing in your own soil, at your own rhythm, with your own roots. Now, a clear question for you. Are you ready to grow roots? If you are, write one sentence in the comments. I'm growing roots. This isn't a motivational phrase. This is a decision. And on this channel, we won't build quick success. We'll build deep power. If you want to see the 6th year, if you want to learn the power of invisible work, subscribe, because we're not promising you to shine. We're teaching you to root. Remember, the years you're invisible aren't lost. They're preparation. Moving slow isn't falling behind. It's going deep, and those who grow silently, one day, break the silence. Now the choice is yours. Fast or deep, above the soil or in the roots? You root. The rest will rise when the time comes. Root deep and rise strong.